Straight ahead on 12 News, a stormy morning that involved a lot of rain in a short amount of time. Plus, Robbinsdale police involved in an effort to crack down on speeders. See why it's not just a safety issue. And later, a different way to explore the Mississippi River. We preview a new service. 12 News starts right now.
Hello and thanks for joining us. The rain came down fast and furious Thursday morning.
Yeah, and some of the highest rain totals were right here in the northwest suburbs. In New Hope, 2.5 inches fell in about 2 hours Thursday morning. In Robbinsdale, the downpour added up to 2.4 inches. It is the biggest rainfall event we've had in the Northwest Metro this year. And the Brooklyn Park family is out of their home after it was struck by lightning.
It happened in the 1700 block of South Meadowood Court around 7:30 in the morning. The lightning strike left a large hole in the roof, resulting in a lot of water damage due to the heavy rains. The homeowner didn't want to go on camera, but did tell us that he and the rest of the family were sleeping at the time. A next-door neighbor banged on the door and woke up the family. Fire officials say getting to the fire was challenging.
We ended up having to take down the ceiling in the upstairs area of the residence to get to the fire because it was really in a concealed space. So that was probably the most difficult part of the fire.
Everybody did make it out safely. The homeowner says he went back into the house to rescue 2 cats. The house is unlivable at this time. The weather also caused minor damage in Maple Grove. Strong winds brought down several tree limbs. Most of the damage was scattered along East Fish Lake Road. High winds also tore off siding on a shed.
Mosquito control officials say they'll take to the skies on Friday after our rainy weather. The bugs can certainly help take the fun out of a summer outing, and officials with the Metropolitan Mosquito Control District say the mosquito population is on the rise right now. They have been treating the metro area, but they say there's another round of mosquitoes coming with the rain that we just had.
It sets up the mosquitoes that have laid their eggs on the ground. These big gully washers that we get that fill up those roadside ditches, that's what causes those mosquitoes to hatch. So once they hatch, we've got about a week before they become adults. So we have to kind of stay on top of it right now.
And it is important to keep mosquitoes under control, not just because they are a pest, but they can also carry disease like West Nile virus. The Minnesota Department of Health says the first 2 human cases of West Nile virus for this season have been reported. Both victims are from outstate Minnesota and are recovering.
It is an international puppy paradise over at the Animal Humane Society. Oh, look at those puppies. 10 puppies arrived from South Korea last night to get a second chance at life. This is the Humane Society's first ever international transport. The Jindu mixed puppies were saved from a dog meat farm by an animal rights advocate. According to Animal Humane Society, South Korea has 17,000 dog meat farms.
You know, they're out of that environment. Where their outcome could have been completely different. And now they're going to actually have full lives, have happy homes and families that'll love them and treat them like companion animals that they deserve.
The puppies will be available to adopt this weekend. During a recent crackdown on speeding, Robbinsdale police pulled over around 8 drivers a day.
The fastest driver was going nearly 90 miles per hour. As Carissa Wyatt reports, speeding isn't just a safety issue, it comes with a cost too.
We want to educate people about how speed can contribute to traffic deaths and accidents.
Officers in Robbinsdale were busy handing out speeding tickets Thursday. Their department recently took part in a statewide crackdown, which doled out more than 13,000 speeding tickets over a 2-week period.
Education and people being able to see other people getting stopped, it helps everyone slow down.
Driving 15 miles per hour over the speed limit in Minnesota will cost you $145 on average. But that cost is multiplied when your insurer learns about the violation.
Let's just say that you were in the records a good driver and getting a good driver discount, and you lose your good driver discount, and then on top of that you get a surcharge. That could be a very large swing.
While law enforcement sees safety as the biggest reason for drivers to go the speed limit,
We just want everyone to lower the speed on any street.
Obeying the law can also have a benefit for your pocketbook.
That's one of the deterrents, is that if they know that not only am I going to have to pay money to the state, and you know, speeding tickets are not cheap these days, but also that insurance impact could mean that just going even 10 miles an hour over the speed limit could cost you a lot.
Compared to the same period last year, state officials say they actually handed out 20% fewer tickets this year.
I think it's great that the numbers have come down. I think it speaks wonders of the campaign, but also lets us know that we're making an impact and potentially saving lives.
In Robbinsdale, Carissa Wyant, 12 News.
Last month's statewide crackdown recorded one driver going as fast as 120 miles per hour, when another driver used the excuse that they were trying to get to McDonald's before it closed after being pulled over for speeding. Those of you who run on Dunkin won't have to wait too much longer. Demolition has begun a new hope at the site that will soon be home to a Dunkin' Donuts store. The donut and coffee chain will replace a vacant gas station and car wash on 42nd Avenue. New Hope officials are anticipating the store to open in early 2017.
Voters in Hennepin County should have a faster experience at their polling place this year.
The voter would come in, the election judge would ask the voter their name, and they would look them up.
Hennepin County is rolling out new electronic poll books for this election cycle. The iPads are used to help election judges check in voters, as well as register people doing same-day voter registration. Hennepin County paid $1.8 million for the technology, which replaces the paper check-in process.
This technology is just a tool that will help election judges do their jobs better and will help speed up the process of voting on election day. So if you like getting in and out of your polling place a little bit faster on election day, you should be happy about this change.
Voters will only see this at Hennepin County polling places outside of Minneapolis this election cycle. County-wide rollout will happen next year. Coming up, how Golden Valley seniors can play an important role in building their community.
And later in sports, a look ahead to this weekend's 3M Championship Golf Tournament.
But first, less humid and more comfortable on Friday. We'll be right back.
There is a unique effort underway this fall to engage Golden Valley seniors and get them involved in the community. 20% of Golden Valley's population is age 65 and older. And Alexandra has more on the Evolve program. Alex?
I am here with Dean Penk. He is the chair of the Golden Valley Community Foundation. And Golden Valley is launching an 8-month program starting this fall for baby boomers and seniors. Dean, tell us what the main idea of the Evolve program is.
The program is designed to help identify, for adults, to identify programs that they're passionate about that will help build community in Golden Valley. The programs are their own ideas, and the program that we're developing with, or that the Vital Aging program has developed, is one that will help them explore, identify, and then actually carry out that program that they want to put together for Golden Valley.
And the foundation, we should say, that is partnering with the Vital Aging Network to offer this
Right.
Evolve program. It's classes, if I understand it correctly, to really tap into people's experience, wealth of experience, and also passion to perhaps take on a project for the city. Is that right?
That's very, very true. There's a lot of people in Golden Valley that have a lot of energy and skill sets that we want to tap into that will help benefit the community through their ideas and their ability to actually pull the program off.
And you really want to engage baby boomers and seniors. Can you give us just a quick snapshot? Other cities, Bloomington has taken on this program. Can you give us a snapshot of how someone might contribute? An example.
Well, using the skills and passions that they have developed over the many years. An example might be an engineer who has an idea on a program or an improvement in the community that would help. Bridges over Highway 55, if you you will, or some other program that really keys on their skill sets and their passions. Another one is a person who came up with an idea based on a need of an organization in that community, and that need was refrigeration for a food shelf.
And we have more information on some upcoming information sessions where people can learn about the Evolve program. Dean Pank, thanks so much for explaining that to us, and thanks for your time today.
Great, thank you, appreciate it.
All right, and thanks, Alex. The Evolve classes begin in October, but there are upcoming informational sessions and mini workshops beginning August 17th at the Golden Valley Library. To learn more, you can visit the Golden Valley Community Foundation's website, which is there on your screen. Coming up, a brand new service to help you explore the Mississippi River. But first, we drop a line with fishing pro Terry Tuma for his weekly tip. John Jacobson has that and more next in sports. Ought to be a good weekend for golf, and I mean watching golf.
Yeah.
You could go to the North Metro and watch some names that you know.
Great weather it's going to be for this tournament, I think, and a really strong group of players in the tournament for this year. Golf fans can head to the North Metro to see some outstanding golf on the weekend. The annual 3M Championship Champions Tour event starts Friday at the TPC course in Blaine. And tournament organizers say 2016 features a great field of players.
We're thrilled. We have 24 out of the top 24 in the prior money list. We've got a couple people making their debuts out here. We've got John Daly and Miguel Jimenez, so it's going to be a good week. And then on Saturday, of course, we've got the greats of golf that are here as well.
Tell me about that event and who's coming for the greats of golf this year.
So Saturday's really unique. This isn't featured at many tournaments. So after the regular field goes through, we've got 4 groups of legends, and you're going to have a chance to see Lee Trevino and Jack Nicklaus, and we've got a ladies group, so you've got Annika out here and Nancy Lopez and Pat Bradley, and then also in the greats you've got Fuzzy and Hale Irwin. New, we've got Ben Crenshaw this year that's joined, and each team has a captain as to ride along with them, and we've got Jerry Pate new to being a captain for us this year, so it's just a great time for the fans to be able to get to see these legends out here.
You got a 2-time tournament champion coming back too, right?
We do. That's a first. We've never been able to say that before. So 2-time defending Kenny Perry will be back. So we'll see if there's a three-peat. That would be a first.
Anything new for the fans? I think you mentioned some different players for Saturday, but anything new for the fans this weekend as they come out?
Well, we've got some fun things that we always do out here. We've got the autograph sessions for the legends that'll happen on Saturday morning going between 9 and 11. And then we'll also have what we call our Wendy's Family Fun Zone. So there's activities for kids, there's arcades and different games. Buffalo Wild Wings comes out. It's a fun day. Admission is free, parking is free. Can't beat that for the families.
Very true. Tee times begin at 10 a.m. on Friday at the TPC. After a lopsided loss in the opening round of the Central Plains Regional Tournament in Bismarck, North Dakota, things got better for the Wayzata American Legion baseball team on Thursday. Wayzata scored 2 runs in the 6th inning and 3 more in the 7th on the way to a 6-3 win over Fargo to stay alive. Cam Keenan, Cody Getters, and Will Oberg had 2 hits each. Jake Marsh picked up the win in relief for Wayzata. They'll play again Friday afternoon at approximately 1 o'clock. Changing up baits and casting methods can make a difference when you're out fishing. Terry Tuma explains in this week's Channel 12 Fishing Tip.
Fishing not only for bass, but for several species of fish. I call it a change up. And what that means is that maybe we're casting a weightless wacky worm for bass in some of the shallower locations, but make long casts. I think that's extremely important. Shallow water or shallower water, because you don't want to spook the fish. Then you can go, as you work deeper with the boat, or when you go with shorter casts, and you can go in deeper water again with a weighted wacky worm jig or any type of a tube jig or whatever it may be to get that bait that's plastic down into that deeper water. Then you're going to pick up more of your aggressive fish, maybe in a 200-300 yard span. Maybe you're going to Texas rig a 6-inch or 7-inch worm. You can also go with grubs, jig worm, anything to work that area. And then what you want to do is leave that spot alone, go to a different location, see if you can proceed with that same exact method of catching these fish. Always remember, you can go back to the original spot and catch some more fish, but you will burn that spot. You're going to shut those bass down and working deeper and deeper outside and outside. It's amazing how many more fish you can catch. Give that change up a way of not only chasing bass, but all species of fish. It will work.
Thanks, Terry. That's it for sports today.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Still ahead, a nature getaway close by.
How you can see the Mississippi River in a new light when we come back.
Welcome back. So you don't have a boat, but you've always wanted to explore the Mississippi River from the water.
Well, final approval came from the Minneapolis Parks Board for a first-of-its-kind kayak rental service. The route will start in Brooklyn Center, and it could be ready before the end of this month.
I don't think people associate Mississippi River with a paddling experience.
But even on a cloudy, stormy day, it's not unusual to find a kayaker on the Mississippi. There are 72 miles of the big river through the Twin Cities that officials say is largely underused. They hope to change that with something called paddle share.
Certainly our goal is to get people out on the river and to enjoy their national park, which is in their backyard. A lot of people don't know that.
The Minneapolis Parks Board this week approved an agreement to allow the National Park Service to install paddle share stations that would look like this. You make a reservation and pay online, and then punch in a code to get your kayak, life vest, and paddle.
The North Miss to Boom Island will be a unique stretch because you'll get a nice combination of nature and urban, where you'll see the skyline of Minneapolis, but you'll also see great blue herons and eagles and be able to paddle this great river.
Under this pilot project, you would put your kayak in at North Mississippi Regional Park, paddle down river for 4 miles, and return the boat to Boom Island.
You'll be able to paddle one way in one direction. You could also go upriver and return to the same location. But you'll also be able to take a nice ride bike back to where you started.
Last summer, the Park Service gave the idea a test on the Mississippi above the Coon Rapids Dam. They were trying to figure out what's needed to make this a success. Things like safety on the water, an available bike trail, and a visitor center with restrooms were important. If the pilot is successful, it could expand along the 72-mile river corridor.
If we get half the kayaks rented this season, we will consider it a success. If we get all the kayaks rented this season, we will certainly be moving forward in a very positive direction.
Funding for the project comes from REI and the National Park Service, and the test season would run from the end of this month through October, or as long as the weather stays reasonable. And, you know, if all goes well, they could add another segment from the Coon Rapids Dam down to the North Mississippi Regional Park, maybe a stop somewhere along the way in Brooklyn Park, too. But that's all to come next year, maybe.
Excellent. What a great program.
It could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That'll do it. That's it for now. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
We will see you back here again on Friday starting at 4.